There's Frostbite. And my game is so messed up. For some random reason right now. What? Oh, okay, I know what it did. I know what it did. It's fine, I know what it did. Okay, so take him, swap it for you, and then go to settings, go to lobby, go to spectators, then move you into here. Okay. And we're set. The first map is going to be not Horizon Lunar Colony. It wasn't supposed to be that. The first map is going to be Temple of Anubis. And we are getting into it right now. Thicc Raindrops versus Frostbite. Third and final game of the day.
Now entering the Temple of Anubis.
Yeah. So, Temple of Anubis. I have no idea what to expect. I don't think I've seen Raindrops play on Temple of Anubis, and I don't even think I've seen Frostbite play in general. So, this... Yeah. Yep. Well, let's see how this goes. We see Thicc Raindrops on defense here. What are some people to look out for in this game, do you think?
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
I was wondering if you'd sign something for me. It's...
A moment to enjoy some peace and quiet. Probably just a moment, though.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Whole ton of words that are amazing for a commentator that I did not understand, but okay. Whatever, let's see what this does.
I will not waste this opportunity.
We've seen a lot of good Pharmercies in this league. Pharmercy and Pharas in general just seem to do a lot of work. We see Reptile going for the flank from behind, getting a couple hits on. Ooh, that was a nice play there by Thicc Raindrops. But we see Reptile and, well, we saw Reptile and Johnny capping from the back. It became useful in the end, so... See, Fulye has his Dragon Blade here, looking to hit Son. Hits his Dragon Blade, he gets one. Oh, he gets 2 kills, 2 picks off.
2 picks right off the bat. They have no res, no mercy. Let's see if Thicc Raindrops is gonna make a push here. Wormy is being overly aggressive and pushing them back. That's
Naomi took it straight to that.
Naomi's being the far more aggressive Reinhardt here. far more aggressive because Wormy's taking forever to build up that shatter in the first place, and then not being
Frostbite.
aggressive even when they were popping off with the coalescence.
Frostbite right now just meeting up, ready to make their third push of this game, I do believe.
Frostbite
But
can make a push, but if you look at Raindrops, they're stacking up on a lot of ults. All they are missing
Thicc Raindrops
right here
is
the Dragon
really
Blade.
holding this choke well.
That's going to be a wipe right there. They pop the shatter and the tack visor. They're going to get the team
You see
kill.
Thicc Raindrops with another wipe, wiping this team. Looks like Frostbite cannot even make a move on Thicc Raindrops.
60 seconds remaining.
Let's do one of the final pushes here. We see a
That
Diva ult
bomb,
going in.
and it's going to be one of the last pushes
Oh,
here.
it's gonna
They
get
still have the Dragon Blade and the Transcendence to use.
gets Diva out of mech ult coming up.
Frostbite
No.
need not, like, they need to group up. They need to group up because they got one team fight left. They've got 3 offensive ults, including a shatter as well that just popped up.
Reptile
They gotta
trying to
make a
retreat
push.
back as fast as he can so to group up, and this looks to be. It's
And
gonna end up
Naomi
being
just
their
sticking
final
up there
push.
aggressively behind that Ryan. She's gonna go for that pin.
Doesn't get anything
Misses
with it
it.
though.
This is it. Make or break for Frostbite. And they just lost that Ryan right at the
Reinhardt.
beginning. Diva Bomb gets
Fully
nothing.
getting a couple hits.
Genji's blading. That's 3 down, 4. That's gonna be a round.
That's gonna be Thicc Raindrops easily already holding that choke, not even letting them barely touch the point. The only point they had is when Reptile and Johnny backcap. Thicc Raindrops doesn't seem to be too worried. They're playing very aggressively, but they don't seem to have a worry. They don't seem like their team composition is struggling or anything. Seems that it's very easy
When
for them.
you run Death Ball against Death Ball, often the make or break play can come from whichever Reinhardt will be more aggressive, build that shatter, and just
As we saw
put
in
it upon
Naomi.
himself to create some space for his team. And Naomi was constantly doing that for Raindrops, where Wormy was very, very passive, not pushing in, and he needs to be able to create space because if he's not making angles for his team to get picks, especially when they're running a hit scan and a junk, you're not going to get much production out of that because Raindrops can afford for Naomi to be a little more passive because they do have that Genji that can harass the back line.
Well, we're gonna see what Frostbite can do here on defense. So, see what they can do in defense if they can defend as well as Thicc Raindrops did. See Cronite here on Widow, and we've seen in other games of the actual league that Widow can actually be very good on Temple of Anubis. So let's see how Cronite can do on her here.
There's just a lot of angles for Widow to take advantage of here. She goes straight onto the gate.
Exactly.
She's got a full view of the entire point. And if Raindrops pushes in, which they look like
All
they're going to do,
Raindrops
they're running a
needs is
dive
one-
comp here.
All they need is one
They
tick,
just need one
click
tick.
on that point.
So
yeah.
if the Winston, the Diva can execute the dive properly, they're setting up with the Symmetratars right behind the bridge, but if
It seems to be a very cheap tactic in a lot of competitive games, but sometimes cheap is the way to do it if you want to win a game, as we saw in many earlier games today.
I just think it's such a high risk, high reward strat here. Because Winston Diva can get straight above that, just completely
True.
nullify the effect of Symmetra, and then Genji can get over too. Widow's gonna stay on the gate to get her angles and try and go for a pick. As we go straight up the bat,
So-
Widow's on top. Zenyatta's gotta be careful here. Genji's behind already, harassing Genji's gonna get picked by the Sim turrets.
They're already on point. Johnny trying to stop from Cap right here.
They got the
Trying
Zen
to
pick
pick out
there,
that
Winston.
Winston.
Both
Doesn't
their
do
healers
much,
are
though.
down. Frostbite on the last,
This might
last
be-
legs here, 2 tanks on point.
Lizzie the Rose
Raindrops
taking
just
a
locked the Diva out of
big
the mech.
hits to
Both
Fro-
Divas
No.
D-mech. This Winston Ryan on point. Winston Ryan on point. Winston's got it. Raindrops is going to take the
This
point.
is going to be it right here. And that's going to be the first match already going to Thicc Raindrops. Out of all the games we've seen today, I think that might have been the quickest and easiest I've seen yet for a team. Nice Genji ult there by Fully. I remember seeing that in the upper right, but I never actually got to see it. But we're gonna take this to our second match today on... It's gonna be S-Score on Dorado. So let us see how this goes. I don't know if any teams need to make any substitutions, but we'll see what the chat has to say while we're waiting here for the next game to start. Let's see, Crafty Lizard cheering for Wormy. See Wormy on Frostbite. I remember earlier today, Wormy was like looking to join a team or something like that. But looks like he finally got in. A lot of cheering for him apparently by Crafty Lizard. See what they have to give here. I don't think anybody needs a
moving
substitution.
forward, Wormy's going to be the catalyst for his team. Because if they're going to continue to run a Reinhardt, and they're not going to run any sort of backline flankers, what Wormy's going to have to do is he needs to create some space for Frostbite to make a play. Because if they don't create that space, you're relying a lot on just a random pick. Maybe some luck going your way. And he needs to be able to initiate and engage the fight. I think that's a key point for them to work on, because I think if they can get away with that and maybe sneak a healer pick out of Raindrops, because they're running such a squishy comp.
Well, we're going to get into this game because I don't think anybody needs a substitute. So, what do you think is going to happen here on Dorado? How do you think these two teams are going to react against each other here?
I think now, hopefully, what we'll see from Frostbite is a little more aggression, because they're allowing Raindrops to dictate the tempo of the game so far.
Very passively, is what it seems to be.
They're sitting behind the Reinhardt shield, so they're limiting the amount of damage that's coming towards them, but at the same time, they're not outputting anything that's going to progress them.
Yeah, because they're not really diving in. They're just sort of sitting back and trying to take it out before they go in.
Yeah, so here we see, straight off the bat, what Raindrops is going to do is they're going to run 2 defensive tanks and allow their flankers to harass the Frostbite team. But what they're going to do with that is, because those tanks are going to sit back, they're going to be able to protect the Ana, so Borgman's going to have some room to really get heals out.
Well,
we're seeing a change.
We see Frostbite here on defense this time. Let's see if they can play more aggressively. Instead of sitting back, Frostbite was trying to play very safe, trying to get those eliminations from afar and then push in. But as we saw with Thicc Raindrops, when you dive in and play more aggressively, sometimes it tends to work out. But we'll see how these teams do this time. If they change their playing style from passive to aggressive, passive-aggressive, whatever they do, then see if it pays off for them in the end.
Yeah, you can see straight off the bat from Frostbite, they made a switch, so Mermy's gone to McCree now, rather, sorry. And then Reptile switched up to the main tank. They're running that McCree Junkrat up on the high ground. That's going to be, if they're able to get a pick early, that's going to give them an advantage in this opening fight. Winston there, diving in on that McCree. Genji's behind on the Mercy, the diving in, they get the pick.
Already, yeah, diving in, straight in. Playing very...
Raindrops might be losing this fight here. Double pick straight off the bat. Ryan there misses the charge though.
Well, playing aggressively like this, it's high risk, high reward. Either you're gonna fail or you're gonna succeed.
But it allows Frostbite to dictate the tempo, so I think they're better off doing this D.Va on the Tracer. There, Genji back for Raindrops. Winston diving up. They're leaving their healers up top. And the dive tanks just miss out on the Zenyatta, who's one-on-one with the D.Va.
Has pushed. They've pushed him back, so they've taken the point here, in this case. See Reinhardt
Frostbite, I thought for a while
Frostbite
would have that fight right there. They got the 2 opening picks on the Genji and the D-Mech to D.Va, but they're not able to capitalize after that. Might get a second fight here if they're lucky. They lose Mercy early on. The Rhine charge is also gone. That's going to be point for Thicc Raindrops moving on.
Thicc Raindrops, just as they did on Anubis, are pushing quite easily. See Crow Knight here on the Tracer. Pushing far ahead. Looks like trying to get a flank on them before they even get to the point.
So Frostbite here, now they have the Diva Bomb and a Valkyrie. Are they going to engage with those two ults? Because they're giving Raindrops all the space up on the high ground. Both their dive tanks up top. Diva's knocked off from the high ground.
You see Full Yi
Raindrops
playing
are just
Genji
slowly
again, as
pushing
we
the
saw
cart.
last time. Full Yi can play a pretty good Genji, so he has his Dragon Blade. We'll see what he can do with this here. He goes for the Dragon Blade.
Genji
gets...
with the Dragon Blade. He's going for the
Oh,
McCree
doesn't get
straight
much
off.
with
The
it,
McCree
though.
dodges it.
He's not getting
And
much
Genji's
of it.
gonna get shut down by the Reinhardt. Genji Blade denied. But slowly, Raindrops are just taking the fight. See that double play from Tracer on the pulse bomb. He's gonna take them out.
play.
Has reached the checkpoint.
If it weren't for his, I'd say if it weren't for a lot of his diva plays in the last game they had, they wouldn't have been able to at least even attempt the comeback that they almost had. They didn't make a comeback, they ended up losing, but
He's making a lot of space for his healers to make some better heals on their backline attackers.
oh, we see him pushed but stopped by a sleep to the Reinhardt.
Gets a pick.
You see the
McCree gets the pick on the Ana Diva Bomb coming
Oh,
in,
he
and
gets
that's
two on
another
Wormy and on
almost a
the
team wipe.
Mercy.
Another one for Raindrops.
Taking it right to the team. Bytor pushing far ahead, allowing the team to push that point quite easily.
They're gonna stagger the Diva and the Zarya here.
Zarya taken out.
Such a triple tank comp for Frostbite. Mercy just popped the Valkyrie and she's out as well. Raindrops are just easily pushing this through here. Frostbite are staggering now. Not really with any choice, and they got
Looks
a
like
lot of
Thicc-
time bank.
Thicc has taken the first round all the way to the end of the point. Now, can Thicc defend as well as they attack there? My suggestion to Frostbite is definitely to up their aggression against teams like this. Because we see that Thicc Raindrops plays a very aggressive type of team composition. A lot of DPS. They still have their balancing between DPS, tanks, and healers, but their DPS is very strong in what they do.
Pleasure working with you, McCree. If that is your real name.
So as we start the second round, Frostbite again having a lot of comp swaps. So they're gonna run a Diva Zarya. They're gonna play with that Reaper. Hopefully he's gonna peel for that Zenyatta who's getting absolutely abused by the tanks from Thicc Raindrops.
We see Wormy running Genji now. Let's see how we can do here. Wormy hasn't been playing too good of a DPS this game. So... See, what's confusing me right now is why are the healers on this ledge while the rest of the team is on that ledge?
Might just be a sign of arrogance. You'd expect the Ana to come back to the team,
Guess.
but
well,
what
she is
they're
now,
being
I
able
guess.
to get away with is both their Ana and their
One. Attackers incoming.
healers in general are being able to be very aggressive because Bytor on that Diva is peeling for them in the front lines.
We see them going under and around, going for the flank, the Reaper and the Genji here.
Yeah, Reaper and the Genji on the flank, but they're on the Sombra, and right now Raindrops is going to collapse on both of the...
Well, that
their
did buy
DPS
time for the
players,
rest
and
of the
that's
team to...
two wipes
Even
straight
though
away.
Reptile and Wormy did die there, they did buy time for Frostbite to make
It's
a push
before
on the
the
point.
first fight can engage, though. When you go for that backline flank, you need to make sure that you've got an escape route to get back. Because if you get picked, that's your team fight that's gonna go the
Easily
other team's
pushing and
way.
taking back the point. See that Reaper come out? He should have waited for his team before he pushed, but send Naomi on the front line. Crow Knight already with this
Frostbite
ult
getting
on
pushed
McCree.
back again on the spawn itself. Sombra with the double pick. They have the Pharah now, trying to create some space and some angles to deal anything. Any sort of pick right now is going to be good for Frostbite, just on a confidence level here.
Thicc
You see
Raindrops is easily
Raindrops
holding the
with
point.
so much aggression straight onto the point itself. They've knocked out the Pharah. Genji's up top.
Frostbite.
Sombra needs some help. Zarya is on the flank on her own.
Frostbite is just not able to make a push on this point.
With the supercharger from Naomi and an EMP. My lord, oh my lord, help these people.
Kronite with the amazing ult there.
Raindrops again, fight after fight. You can just see the aggression.
They are not holding back on whatever they've been lacking the past few games that they've lost. They are not holding back today on. Today is the
They
day
got
that
a point to prove. A lot of aggression here, and Frostbite are just being
today was the day
absolutely butchered in this spawn. What
Raindrops
they need
is
to do is even some sort of cheesy comp to set up a Reinhardt on the spawn door with a Bastion, get something, get a pick, something. Make something happen to where you can come back to the next fight and say, hey, we did that right the last fight. We can take that moving forward and build on it. But right now, just staying here in spawn, playing passively, that's not
just
going to get you
working for
anywhere.
them. Raindrops has made a big improvement from the
Orisa
past few
outside,
games,
she's
that
just
is for
getting
sure.
bullied on that spawn door. D.Va trying to go for some sort of a flank. You can see D.Va has that D.Va bomb. She
Oh, we
goes
see
for
the
that
D.Va
play
bomb, but not
with the
going.
D.Va
That,
bomb.
I
It's
don't think that's
be-
going to get much. Everybody hiding from that.
Nope, it's going to be a big fat zero on that play. They got a Transcendence with a Valkyrie here. They do get a pick off McWormy with the Genji blade. McCree makes a play as well. They're getting some motion here. They got some life here now.
Wormy's eliminated by Kronite here. See Thicc
They
has
get
to
the pick
retreat a
on
little
the
now.
Roadhog as well. Raindrops are going to have to fall back.
Looks like
Might be able to see a
Raindrops'
push
little
from
lead on the
Frostbite
point
here.
has definitely fallen back a little, but they're still making a push with Naomi on Orisa here. See Wormy's back. And,
You can see the Genji behind. The Genji gets picked. Raindrops got the first pick on this
Oh, we
team
see
fight.
the-
EMP comes in there. Maybe a play. Maybe
No,
something. High
not
Noon
much,
from
though.
Kronite. Double from Kronite. The High Noon gets 2 off. Frostbite are down 3 in this fight.
This could be it
D.Va
right here for
and Junkrat on
Frostbite.
point. Junkrat down. D.Va's getting ulted. That is going to be map. That is going to be map. Thicc Raindrop bullies Frostbite back into the spawn.
Thicc Raindrops
I
taking
can
the
say that
second
I've
win
never seen that before.
in the second match. Listen, mates, we've had 2 games today so far. They've both been 3-0 wins. So there's a possible chance that Thicc Raindrops here could get the third 3-0 win game today, which would honestly just be amazing to see. Like, the teams today that I've seen are showing their all. Like, week 1, it's like, now they're learning the steps to the league. They're learning that it's not going to be easy. They're learning that they're going to have to put some strength into it. And now they're actually putting what they've learned and putting it into action. Of course, Frostbite here didn't have the experience that other teams had because their game was cancelled, but the other teams have definitely realized, like, what they need to do to survive in this league. Well, we're gonna see.
Third map, I think, should be Nepal, if I am correct.
No, it's King's Row,
King's Row.
and then it's gonna be Nepal. If we go on to another game, this might be it right here. Frostbite can't make a good push. Frostbite can't get the game here.
Now entering King's Row.
King's Row here. What we're gonna see now is Frostbite get the first attack opportunity. Immediately you can see Raindrops going back. They're gonna run a defensive comp with the tanks, with the Genji harassing the backline healers. Running a Symmetra as well. Symmetra with a Mercy.
Well, let's see what these two teams can do here. We've seen Thicc Raindrops doing really good today compared to the other games they've had.
So, I think what's interesting right off the bat here, they have a McCree on Thicc Raindrops, but they have a triple tank, maybe even a 4 tank if you can count May as an off tank role. That's going to be a key point of interest there, because the Genji's not going to be able to burst down any of those tanks. So his main focus is going to be on Sneasels, who is on Mercy, and Wolf Huntress, who is playing Lucio. But what's going to burst down their tanks? Because they're running Ryan Zarya. So that key point for Frostbite is, can they make a push without powering that Zarya? Because she'll have the highest burst potential on that team to potentially wipe him out. But aside from that, Frostbite have an opportunity here where they can take the first point and maybe even continue to snowball the rest of the map if they're lucky.
True. All of that is completely true. Well, let's see what these two teams can do. Frostbite is already trying to play more aggressively, as we saw with that Reinhardt immediately charging in,
Straight
but that
away,
did
the
not play
Reinhardt
well.
gets a pick. Frostbite needs to back out. They need to back out. This is not a fight you need to take on at this moment, just because you're staggering your team. Genji's there harassing that backline. D.Va's demeched. He's just bullying that Mercy over there.
That Genji
And
was
you can
taken out
see
easily.
fully, and then
Vitor
Raindrops is
making
going to
a
take the
push
push
here.
fight right back into the spawn.
Thicc Raindrops is just sort of spawn camping them at this point, not letting them escape. That's the spawn of. I mean, it almost seems as if Frostbite does not know how to counter anything that Thicc Raindrops has been doing. Trying to do whatever they can, but they just can't do it. Oh, we see Naomi taking him out.
There we go, again with a Naomi pick on Wormy. It's just a rinse and repeat situation. Naomi with the Reinhardt to finish him off. That's the team kill.
Another amazing
Raindrops
play by Thicc Raindrops. Raindrops today is definitely showing what they truly are in this league.
Raindrops is bullying Frostbite at this point.
Practically. Frostbite with their third push.
Frostbite here. I've got the...
Naomi with another.
They've got to be careful here. Raindrops has
but
got the
misses
Graviton. They could pop it at any point. Graf coming in there. That's an opportunity. Reinhardt, that's 3.
An
That's 4. That's
amazing
5.
play.
That's a
Another
6K.
amazing play by Thicc.
Naomi goes in and wipes them all out in that grab. Just the Moira left, and she's gonna fall soon.
The amount of amazing plays
win.
in King's Row. Thicc Raindrops, last time they played King's Row, they got absolutely steamrolled, but today they are the steamroller.
And another smash, and another Genji Blade. That's going to be a combo on the spawn door, fully with 1, with 2. You can see Genji behind. Oh, Genji trying to go for the play. Reptile with the Dragon Blade, gets the
Genji
honor,
here,
gets the
but
Mercy is down as well.
still not enough.
That's both their healers. Raindrops are down, both their healers. Frostbite can get a push off here if they're quick.
Vitor gets sucked in with the Zarya. This could potentially be
Frostbite
the
is going to take the
push
first
that
point.
Frostbite's been looking for.
Well,
Wheels
my
of
golly,
Steel
it took
coming
them
in,
2
still-
games and 3 minutes, but they got their
still
first
holding.
push.
Thicc finally falls back.
Stop the payload.
So Frostbite just got to focus on getting that payload moving, because they got 3 minutes here to that second checkpoint. Naomi with the shatter, she gets the Reinhardt down, Reinhardt picked. That's a fat anti from
Krone
the
with
Ana.
High Noon getting a couple picks here.
Raindrops are going to get this fight here as well. You can see again, over and over again, Naomi is abusing
Thicc
Wormy
Raindrops
on that
pushing
Ryan
back.
1-to-1.
Get in there. I'm under attack.
A lot of people in the chat typing, who is Wormy? Wormy is just the short version of Wormy who's on Frostbite, and nobody's saying that full name during the game. Genji with the blade, fully gets 1, gets 2, gets 3. Raindrops just abusing Frostbite again in the spawn. You can see Junkrat just solo stalling on the point. He needs to die so he can group up with his team.
Naomi getting ready for another one of his major charges that he's made in this game, but it looks like he's coming in contact with their player here that's going to stop him from making one. So he shoots back
Nah,
to this,
she'll get back. So Naomi's back, Raindrops is grouped up, Wormy McWormy is behind him, going for that. I'm not sure, I'm lost for words. I don't know if he was trying to pull
we might see another Chronite ult here.
Grab,
oh,
smash,
not getting much though with
every single ult from Thicc Raindrops. They're just...
Naomi
You know when you go to a schoolyard
equals...
and you see the little short kid getting bullied?
That's what this is.
This is the Overwatch version of that. You're watching Frostbite.
Naomi plus Bytor
just being
is
taking out this game.
They will immediately wreck with a gravitational pull. We see Reptile with the ult here. This is the Rose trying to make a push here.
That smash, and Frostbite's gonna get a team kill here. Wormy with that Earth Shatter gets the 4K. He was listening. He was like,
one of Frostbite's first team kills for this game.
No more. They're being aggressive here. Genji, Ryan, and the Mercy up front waiting on that Raindrops group up. They're going to push with 6. This isn't a fight you can take with just 3 people. Your team's got to push up with you here. Raindrops are all grouped up. They got the Genji Blade and the Nano. They're probably going to watch out for that Nano Blade incoming from Fully.
Oh, we see another Genji ult here.
Gets the first pick on the jump. Gets the second. Earth Shatter as well. He's going to get 3. He's going to get 4.
Play
That's 5 for
Yi.
Raindrops.
Raindrops stopping him right there with 15 seconds left. They do not have another. They don't have any more time to push. It looks like that's going to be where the payload's going to stay.
That is going to be it. Raindrops are going to have to push it right past the cafe.
That's going to be it for this round. If Thicc Raindrops can push it right over to there, they will take this match, that round, and the game, and leave us with a day that's had 3 games that ended 3-0.
So Raindrop's gonna run that dive comp again with the Widowmaker.
Let's see what the chat is saying. We have a lot more people. A lot of
They're
conversation.
taking advantage of that Nano Blade comp. You can see Frostbite setting up now. They've got that Diva still. They run Diva every game. They're gonna stick on the Mercy and Moira, it looks like. They're gonna go with the junk. They're still deciding on that team comp. What's important for Frostbite here is they cannot let that dive abuse their backline healers again. Whenever Raindrops had to attack on Anubis, it was quick because both their healers got picked off right in the start of a fight. You're not going to be able to sustain anything if your 2 healers drop right in the beginning.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
They might be running a very strong counter dive here. They got the Reaper and the Junkrat. If they're able to group up with either the Moira or the Mercy, whenever that Winston dives in, that's going to be a lot of burst damage for Ana and Lucio to heal through. That's going to be an interesting point, whether or not they can group up to stop that dive.
See what Thicc Raindrops can do against this team, this pretty good team comp they have here.
Now, Moira got the pick on the Widow right at the start of the round. Interesting to see if they're going to switch. Foley's behind them again on the Genji. They're pushing in around the statue. Winston's diving in on the Moira. Winston's on the Moira right now. Reaper's pushing him back.
Get that Reinhardt down. It'll be a hard hit to...
And Reaper gets picked. That's a huge, huge pick for Thicc Raindrops. Reaper's down. They lose the Genji, but Genji's gonna get back a lot quicker than Reaper into this fight. Raindrops has the man advantage here. Winston diving in the back line. Mercy's being harassed. D.Va's pushing in. Frostbite are completely off the point, but they do get a pick on the Winston. D.Va's demeched as well.
Frostbite's trying the best
getting
they
two
can.
huge
Just
picks
that
on their tanks.
Oh, we see
And a
Wormy with the
smash, he
ult, not
misses
doing
it.
much though.
Mercy gets a res off. Mercy gets a res off on the Junkrat itself.
Corona trying to hit that Mercy out of the sky, not able to do much though on Widow.
Somehow Frostbite are gonna hold on to this fight. Wormy McWormy makes a huge play on Ryan, taking out both their tanks.
Frostbite did hold point. Oh, we see the full U with
with
the ult
Genji
here.
blade here. No, Nano goes in for their
He's gonna
healers.
get one.
Gets the
Oh,
Mercy.
he gets one.
Junkrat
He
is
gets
down as
one.
well. He might get the Moira.
Doesn't get much else. Oh, but he's still
He
doing
gets
well
both their
here.
healers.
Oh, full U
Gets
even
both
without
their
the Dragon
healers.
Blade can make
The
a nice
dive caught
play.
there, just overwhelming Frostbite. He got the opening pick on that Mercy. That was a huge pick. Should have
Raindrops
saved
taking the
that
point.
Junkrat tire. Just use it on that Lucio, but it's not going to stop Raindrops taking this point.
Objective A captured.
Full U diving in right there, very aggressively with the Winston, making a great push. Oh, we were about to see another
And he's
Dragon
going to
Blade,
get
but
taken
no.
out as he popped the Dragon Blade. He was just being super aggressive there. I mean, Raindrops
His aggressiveness
is just
led to
pushing Frostbite
death.
all the way back to spawn.
You see Lizzie the Rose's ult, which is probably going to be very useful.
They need to get something with that D.Va ult here.
They need to
They
get
do
something
have
with
Death
it.
Blossom coming up.
There's not
and a
many
Valkyrie.
left.
They
If they
can
come around
combo
this
the
corner,
double
she'll
tank
probably
ult.
hit it, and if she can hit a nice one, it'll be very interesting to see how this plays
Getting
out.
close to getting D-mech though. D.Va is out of
Oh,
mech.
she's
Poor
taken out.
Frostbite, and D.Va is down.
This could be it right here.
Wormy gets
pushing
a
him
smash
far
and
back.
he misses a charge. That might be it. This might be it for Raindrops.
This might be the end of the
They're
game
gonna
right
take this
here.
map. Oh, but Reaper's behind. Reaper's slowly
Reaper
just flanked
backcapping.
behind, taking out the Lucio.
By Torres' ult, something that it could be very useful right here.
Reaper gets slapped. That'll be it for Reaper. Junkrat's there. He just has to try and stall this fight. He's got the Genji in the trap. He's not able to stop them though. He's gonna get picked off here. The D.Va
By
bomb
Torres with
comes
the ult,
in.
let's see what he
He'll
can do.
get nothing.
Oh,
Raindrops
he
just have
gets
to push it.
2 picks with that ult there. This could be the major push of the game right here.
And this
could
will
be
be
the final
good
push
by
right
Wormy
here.
McWormy on the tank. The last gasp
That's
of breath
gonna end it
for
right there.
Frostbite
The match,
as they
the
get
game.
3-0'd.
Thicc Raindrops taking their first win of the season, winning the match.
Play of the game.
See full U with the play of the game. I think we all know where that's coming from.
See, the chat is all about the yams today. We're gonna talk about yams. Maybe we should gift Frostbite some yams off this game. They need something after this, something to build on.
That was a hard game for Frostbite, but Thicc Raindrops took the win. Congratulations to them. That's going to be the end of the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick game. The third game of the day that went 3-0. Seems that every one of these games has just been one-sided. Well, hopefully next time we'll be able to see some more action, more intense gameplay. But hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next stream.